Hi, I'm Evelyn Tribole, and welcome to day 6 of the Intuitive Eating series. And today I'm unpacking the principle of feeling your fullness. Now, I have a lot of clients I work with that really struggle with this, in part because fullness has been so pathologized in our culture. Fullness is a normal cue that lets you know that you probably have had enough to eat. But I want to really unpack this. I've had some, well, let me just unpack it. And we'll get into the nuances. So I've had some people believe that what this means is that you need to stop when you get to the point of absence of hunger. And that's actually not what fullness is. So what happens is as your hunger starts to go down, fullness starts to arise. So it's a point past that. Now, before you're, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm doing it wrong, there's no harm in this as long as you're willing to eat when you're hungry again. Because what ends up happening is if your stopping point is at the absence of hunger, you're probably gonna get hungrier a lot sooner if we're talking about a meal. And if that's what you're seeing, there's no harm in that as long as you're willing to honor you're hungry. But I'll tell you, it can get really annoying. And I've had clients discover that, wow, they were chronically hungry because of this pattern of eating. Now, on the converse side, I've had patients also really panic if they ate beyond the point of comfortable fullness. And again, there's no shame, no harm in that. And what I invite you to do, if that's your fear or that's where you've been, is notice what ends up happening. Notice what your body does. I've had a lot of people want to react to this sensation of overfull. They end up making vows about how they're going to eat differently the rest of the day or do other types of things. And what they do is they miss out on the opportunity to see what their body would have naturally done. And so this is about having this gentle curiosity and not reacting to the panicky feeling you might have inside. So for example, you might end up discovering, let's say you just had a lunch that was just really uncomfortably full physically. And maybe you'll end up noticing that, wow, in the afternoon when you normally get hungry, you're not, or maybe in towards the evening when you would have dinner, maybe the level of hunger is different there. So start noticing these things and noticing what your body does with all of this. Notice the experience in that your body is working. And so often when fear is arising, fear is when we get stuck in our mind. And so looking at this from a really gentle perspective. Now, I can't wait to see your comments, and I'm so glad you are here.